All right, Kristen, take us through Boost for HomeSpotter for admins.
Thanks. All right, let me share my screen for you. There we go. We're going to be logged in as an agent today just so that we have some inventory to look at. Boost by HomeSpotter is a product that is really similar to AdWorks. It's actually a competitor to AdWorks in some respects, but it also does things a little bit differently. It really does focus on the web display ad. So a web display ad is something like those squares that follow you around. So if you've gone online and you've gone to Macy's.com and you've shopped for shoes, and the next thing you know is you're looking at ESPN and you see that block of the same shoes following you around, those are called display ads. And those show up in the different websites that contract to have those kind of ads on their website. Boost by HomeSpotter also has another product that goes to social media. So they run ads to Facebook. They also are one of the only products we have that run ads to Nextdoor. And that's kind of a big differentiator right now for them, that if you have an agent who has a lot of recommendations, they're doing a lot of community work on Nextdoor, that Boost by HomeSpotter might be the right tool for them in that case. It's really easy to use. We do have an SSO dashboard, so a single sign-on dashboard. There's no username or password required. It goes straight from Town Central all the way to Boost. We do have a contract with them to get reduced prices, and then you'll go ahead and see that during the checkout as well. So logged in as an agent today. Boost by HomeSpotter is not on our quick links currently on the main screen. We do update these from time to time with the most used products. So if Boost becomes something that we start using more and more, you'll see it move to the front screen. For right now, it's under the quick link section over here on the left-hand side. This is where we store everything that might not be over here on our main quick links on the main page. So if I click on quick links over here on the left, you'll see a lot more tools and a lot more links under here. And we're going to be looking for Boost by HomeSpotter. We have it actually labeled as HomeSpotter, which is the parent company for that, Boost by HomeSpotter right here. And if we go ahead and click through, we'll go ahead and let that load. Give me 1 second. You'll see that this is a nice dashboard. It is completely MLS enabled. So everything that we put into the MLS is brought into Boost by HomeSpotter. So as things change, price reductions, new listings, open houses, things like that, you'll actually see it in this dashboard. They actually do identify homes that actually have an open house in the MLS and have a price reduction in the MLS, and they may show you that says, hey, do you want to run an ad for a certain trigger, so like an open house or a price reduction. Most of these are obviously active because we don't have price reductions or open houses in this particular dashboard right now. You'll also notice that we have that negotiated price up here, so the agents can see right up front that we do have a discount on these ads as well that's negotiated. So it's really easy to create ads. You'll see all of the listings here. If an agent has more than what's shown, just keep clicking show more and it'll continue to show more active listings. I'm going to go ahead. She has 12 in here, so it is going to show us all 12 ads. Be careful with this pagination here. Sometimes we have page 1, 2, and 3, depending on the agent. If they can't find a particular home, it's probably on another page, probably one of the top questions we get. You'll also notice that some of these are labeled video ready. Anytime you see something that says video ready, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's a video attached to the ad. This means that there are multiple pictures available. So 99.9% of our listings in the MLS have multiple pictures. They're going to be labeled as video ready. What the system will do is it'll go ahead and stitch those photos together, and I'm going to show you that in just a second, where they can put a few captions on them. And instead of having a static ad on Facebook, so just a photo with the agent picture on it, it's going to actually put that video in the background, and it's basically just going to be a slideshow instead. But the system does that for us in here. Let me go back to that main dashboard here real quick. Before we create an ad, just going to scroll down. You can actually see how the ads are doing in the ad campaigns. This comes in handy if they might need a seller report. Seller says, hey, you promised to run those ads for me. How are they doing? Or can I see a report? Or an agent says, I need to be able to show my seller we're doing something for him. This is a great place. If they're doing anything with Boost by HomeSpotter, you will be able to pull up reports that are in here and some other information. And then you have some additional things in here that are not listing ads. So this is really similar to AdWorks in that respect, where you have those retargeting or branding ads that don't have a home on them. They literally just are agent branding of some sort. You can see just the example here that they put together. This is just the sample that's in there, but this is editable if need be. So if an agent doesn't have a listing, but they're just looking to do some advertising in that display, or they're looking to do some Facebook or Nextdoor advertising just for themselves, that agent promotion campaign might come in handy. And again, it just goes down here to our listings again on the dashboard, same as that's on the top. So let me show you how you can create a listing ad, really nice and easy. I'm going to pick one that's actually video ready so that you can see what that looks like. So all we're going to do is create a listing ad, and it's going to just take it step by step by step by step in order to create this. So it's going to ask us a few things of like, what do we want to do with this? This is just the basic ad, and this is kind of the template we're working with, and this is going to change as we change things over here on the right-hand side. So you'll notice that it's going to start asking us a few questions here. Add text and image. You'll see all these little grayed out buttons that say edit. You can actually edit them. I wish they would make these darker to make it look like it was more obvious, because when it's grayed out like this, it makes it look like you can't necessarily do something on here, but you can. They all work. So if you wanted to add text or change that image for whatever reason, you can go ahead and click that edit button. And again, it's just going to change that screen, and it's going to allow you to change anything that's on here. It does bring in the agent headshot that's in Town Central already. We don't have to load those in here, but an agent might want to swap it out for whatever reason. They might have a different photo that they want to use. We have agents who swap between 2 or 3 different photos sometimes, just so that the ads don't always look the same. You can also update the listing photo. So if this is not the best view, maybe this is an oceanfront home and you want to show that oceanfront view from the porch instead, we can certainly use that. It's just going to bring in that primary photo first. The other thing you can do is connect it to the business page. This top question that we get is, oh, it looks like it's coming from HomeSpotter. It only looks like it's coming from HomeSpotter until the connection is made to the agent's business page on Facebook. So if I click on change page here, it's going to ask me to connect to Facebook, and it's going to bring up a little pop-up window on here that says, what page do you want to connect? Hopefully the agent is logged in. They'll have to log into Facebook from here, and they'll be able to go ahead and connect that business page to this, so that when this ad runs, it looks like it's coming from the agent's page, not from HomeSpotter. This is a really important step. If an agent does not have a Facebook business page for whatever reason, they can still run this with the HomeSpotter. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do it, but it is there. If they don't have a Facebook business page for whatever reason and they want to do ads like this, have them get in touch with web support. We'll get them with Paradigm, or we'll help them get that business page up and running for them so that they actually have some more branded ads. You can change the ad type. So in this case, it is just a plain listing ad. If this happened to be a new listing, it would give us a new listing ad. If it was an open house, we have templates for that. If it is if it was a price reduction, we also have templates for that. Super easy to change. So if it was a new listing, for example, it's going to put a little new listing banner on things and put a just listed down here on it. It's just going to change the wording and a little bit of how this looks. If we were going to do something like an upcoming open house, it's going to put that open sign over here instead of new, and then it's going to change that verbiage. Notice it now says there's an open house. Price improvement, so there's that price reduction, and it's going to say price reduced and put that little banner on there. And again, it's going to change that to price reduced and then see our new lower price. You can still change all of this, by the way. So if they don't want to say something like see our new lower price, if they want to say something else that is still changeable, they're just adding basically these images up here. All right, I'm going to go back to just a regular listing ad. And then we'll go back. All right, and then we can also change some other things on here as well. So this is coming from, in this case, Susan Pender. It is bringing it in again from that Town Central name field. So if we needed to add something like realtor or luxury collection specialist or whatever it needed to be, you can go ahead and add that onto the end of their name, totally fine. And then this is the social text. Now you'll notice on here that on this text, it's a long description and it's got a ... on it, which makes it look incomplete. I always like to, it's just a best practice to just go ahead and make sure that we don't end up with like a read more looking section in here. So Oceanside, just a short distance to the ocean for beaches, totally renovated home with amazing bright and open floor plan. Fine, done. And just kind of give it a little bit shorter, leaving them wanting something to want to click the photo and actually click on through. This can all change. So it can be a completely different text in here as well. Notice that it does support the cell emojis. You are able to add those in here if you'd like. You don't necessarily have to, but they're there as an option. Your Facebook title, this is again, just gonna take you straight through. I'm actually gonna lower my screen here a little bit so that you can see that. There we go. That Facebook title is what goes under that photo. So again, it's just bringing in some basic information, but this doesn't have to look like this at all. This can be, you know, new construction on the ocean if we wanted it. And instead of saying just listed, we can say something like new home
This is.
for sale, something like this. All right. You can also change the web ad text. So this is going to be that display ad I was talking about. So this is really for social media. If you wanted to change the web display ad text, which is a little bit smaller, if you click into that, it's actually going to change that block so you can see what that block would look like. And again, you can go ahead and make any changes to this that you would like. If you don't want to have the address out there, maybe you want to say something like North End on the ocean. You can do that. And then of course you can change this bed, baths, and price. This is just a recommendation. If you don't want to put the bed, bath, and price, you can also put just words in here if you wanted to. So totally renovated. It's just really a suggestion. This is really similar to how AdWorks works as well, where we can use those fields for different things there, but they plug in things as a suggestion. Once you're done making those changes, you can go ahead and hit save and update, and we'll go ahead and update all of those ads for you. If you wanted to change it to a video ad for whatever reason, you can also click this box that says upgrade and edit video slideshow. Again, remember, it's just going to take those pictures and it's going to bring them in as a slideshow. You'll notice that that grayed out edit button is here. It does work. And it's going to bring in all those photos that are available from the MLS. So it's bringing in all those photos. You can drag and drop. You can take some out if you want to. So for example, we have two dining room photos here. I'm going to take out this one, which doesn't have quite as much view. Great living room shot. You know, maybe we need to go ahead and take out, you know, a bathroom. If it's, you know, just a half bath, we don't necessarily need to see that photo. We just want to maybe hit the highlights on here. Like we don't necessarily need to see the hallway here. So we can go ahead and take that out if we wanted to. You can also remove them all and drop them all back in if you don't want to mess with 50 photos. So that's always an option as well. You can also add image captions to this. So as you go through and you have to pick, I think there's 6 photos that need to be picked in here at least. You can add your image captions, which will just come across the screen in that video. So what it's doing now is it's processing that video, and then we'll go ahead and be able to add those image captions in there. So, and it's just going to put something along that little line there. Notice that these 5 beds, 5 baths, it's going to swap it around just to give it some more visual. So you can say something like on the ocean, you know, renovated kitchen. You know, dining for 10, and so on and so forth. Once you're done with the captions, you can go ahead and hit save captions, and that'll create that video for you in there with those captions. So the next thing it's going to ask you to do is once you have the ad ready and set to go, it's going to say, okay, where do you want to put it? So it's going to say, who will see this ad? You have a couple of options here. You can, normally what we do is a radius. You can change that. You can drop it in a different section as well. So if you wanted to center it around a different address, you can. Otherwise, it's going to go ahead and try to pull in those sellers and buyers that are optimized kind of in a radius around this. You also have the addition to add on a custom audience of contacts and website visitors. So what will happen here is you will actually upload a list of contacts. It is a minimum of 300 that are required. So some agents don't have enough to do 300, but this is where something like the new Cole Information Prospect IQ tool would come in handy, where they would be able to download and get the email addresses from a particular area, from a particular niche market, something like that. Because don't forget, those are now available in the Cole Information. Or you can go ahead and download all their contacts out of Marketing Resource or download their contacts out of Town Central. You can also get their contacts from their email. Wherever they have emails stored for whatever reason, all we need to do is upload that in from a CSV file, which is basically an Excel spreadsheet that's been saved as a CSV file with different formats in it or different fields. and we can upload that, and it'll target both the location and it will target this individual group of people. This is fabulous for trying to make sure that you can get in front of your personal sphere so that they're reminded that yes, you are listing. And we have found, especially in our area, that we have a lot of movement within our area, especially in things like the luxury market, where we know that people from locally also buy an additional house that's in the luxury market. We just want to remind those people that these houses are for sale, and certainly that this agent is very active in here. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to leave it as that target. I'm not going to upload anything today. I'm just going to hit save and update. And then it's going to allow us to change our landing pages as well. So the system will automatically create a landing page for an agent if they don't have one. We have the ability to have a landing page though, because every single one of our websites is a landing page. In that case, you'd want to do something like, I'd like to use a custom landing page. And it's going to bring up that link, and it's going to say a brokerage landing page or our own landing page. This one actually goes right to our website, our corporate website. You can change this to the agent website pretty easily using Site Builder. So it would be something like susanpender.com. And then all you have to do is put a slash and then the MLS number. So 1023456, whatever it happens to be. And it'll automatically go to the MLS number of that property and take you right to the listing detail page on the agent website. We definitely want to try to drive as much traffic to the agent websites as we absolutely can. Google loves it. They love to see web traffic going there. And we also want to be able to give suggestions to people that if this isn't a house that they're looking for, each one of these listing detail pages will actually show them suggestions of other homes that are listed that are similar. So we try to keep people on the site and engaged with those agent websites as much as possible. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and X out of that for just now. And then we're basically down to the end. How long do we want to run it? We can run it for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. They allow us to have different budgeting on here, and we can slide this up and down based on how much we want to run and how much we've chosen up top. So if we were going to do display ads and next door ads and video ads, the pricing may be a little different. So just because we see $124 for this particular ad that I made today doesn't necessarily mean that if another agent makes one that it wouldn't be, 200, or it might be 94, or it might be something else. So it's going to really depend on both the number and density of the area. So Virginia Beach is obviously a really dense area. We're going to have more people in here. In order to make the ad effective, it's going to charge just a little bit more because there's more people. We've also done some add-ons in here to send it to a couple of different platforms as well. So it is completely budgetable. You can see that. And you'll also see that we have the discount built in here as well. So it should normally be $149. We knock it down to $124, which is a savings. This is our negotiated price that we have with Boost by HomeSpotter. Do keep an eye out from time to time. Boost by HomeSpotter does send out coupons where they might say something like take an additional 10% off, or something like that as a spring market promotion. The agents will all receive those. Again, their emails are tied into Boost by HomeSpotter because of Town Central. So they may receive something like that and have that coupon to spend. Definitely take advantage of any coupons that they have in here. That coupon does attach under the discount that we already have from BHHS. So it is stackable as well. So if we had a 10% off coupon, it would take an additional 10% off that 124. Next thing to do is just check out. This is where you just put in your credit card information and let it go, and it will start to run. And you'll also get email reporting on it about how it's doing. And then at any time, again, you can always log back into Boost by HomeSpotter from the agent dashboard and be able to see the results, especially if you need to send it to a seller. So that is Boost by HomeSpotter. Any questions from anyone? No? All right, then I think that concludes this session. If you have any questions on it, feel free to email websupport@bhhstown.com. We'll be happy to help.